Today I will be presenting a k12 video on cybersecurity attack. Moving on to the first slide, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity attack. Cybersecurity attack is an attempt to gain unauthorized access to the computer or computer network with intent to cause damage. Cyber attack can be launched by a single person or an organization from any location. The goal of a cyber attack is to disable, destroy, or take control of a computer system, as well as to change, modify, delete, or steal the data stored on the computer system. Those who commit cyber attack are referred as cyber criminal. They're also referred as threat actors or hackers. Moving on the next slide, which is on real world example of cybersecurity attack. In the early July 2022, Twitter was breached by a group of 3 attackers who took over popular Twitter accounts. They used the concept of social engineering attack and stealed employee credentials and gained access to the company's internal management system. Later identified Twitter as phone phishing. The hackers were able to hack dozens of well-known accounts, which included Barack Obama, Jeff, and Elon Musk. The attacker used the stolen account to post Bitcoin scams and earned more than $1 million. After a couple of weeks, the US Justice Department charged the 3 suspects, and one of them was of 17 years of old. Types of cybersecurity attack. The first one is phishing attack. The second one is password attack. The third one is malware attack. And the fourth one is SQL injection attack. And the fifth one is cross-site scripting attack. And the last one is man-in-middle attack. In this particular recording, I'll be mainly focusing on phishing attack, password attack, and malware attack. The next slide is on phishing attack. It is a type of social engineering attack that aims to exploit legitimate system users. This type of attack earned its name from the homophone phishing. It uses bait. In a phishing attack, bait often appears as a compiling email or a legitimate email. Attackers go to great length to ensure that their email appears as legitimate as possible. How phishing attack is done? Attacker sends an legitimate email to the victim. I'm just trying to draw an email image. Victim has no idea that it was sent by the attacker because the email appears in such a way that it is from the bank official account. The email asks the victim to update his login credential using the link provided in the email. The victim unknowingly clicks on the link provided by the email, which redirects to the phishing website, which was created by the attacker rather than redirecting to the official bank account page. And now the victim unknowingly changes the login credentials of the bank account. Attacker secretly monitors the credential, and now the victim's login credentials of the bank account is in the hands of the attackers. Later on, this attacker will steal all the money from the victim's bank account. On April 29, 2023, I received an email from this email ID to my official university email address asking me to apply to a part-time, which is going to pay me $425 a week. And they even provided a link asking me to fill the information of my personal information, such as full name, age, address, and phone number. But I didn't fall into the trap. I self-analyzed that the email was spam or fake, because the first reason is because I didn't receive the email or check the email ID, which was not from my university list. And the two, there is no description about the job details, what particular thing is the job is on. So I forwarded this email to my university, and they told that it was a spam and it was fake. So whenever you receive an email, just go through thoroughly, check if it is coming from your organization or from your particular university. Check the email address firstly. And don't just click onto the links whatever they have provided, because that may link you to an attacker website. And if you give the credentials or the information about you, then it's a trap. You're going to fall into the trap. Just few ways to prevent phishing attack. One is think twice before clicking. Clicking on the links in random and suspicious emails can prove to be costly. A phishing email typically claims to be from a legitimate enterprise and contains a link that leads to a site which looks exactly like the original one. If an unsuspecting user enters his or her details on the website, the hacker gains access to these private credentials. Thus, one must think twice before clicking on such links. One simple safeguard through not foolproof is to hover over the link before clicking them. Second way of prevention is installing an anti-phishing toolbar. It is a popular measure that users deploy to prevent phishing. Most popular internet browsers provide the option for anti-phishing toolbars. And third way is using firewalls. Internet users must deploy firewalls to keep their system inaccessible for phishers and attackers. The second type of cybersecurity attack is password attack. A password attack is a type of cyber attack where an attacker attempts to gain unauthorized access to a system or account by guessing or cracking the password. Types of password attack. The first type is brute force attack, second one is dictionary attack, and the third one is credential stuffing attack. The first type of attack in password attack is brute force attack. A brute force attack is a trial and error approach where the attacker tries to break into a device, network, or website. Here, there is an attacker. He has a specialized hacking tool or an hacking software where the software will use different combination to guess the password, and the system will return valid if the login credentials is correct, else it will return invalid. Then the attacker will again use a different combination and try to log in. If it is valid, then it will log into the system, else he'll repeat the same until and unless he's able to crack the password. Moving on to the second type of attack, that is dictionary attack. A dictionary attack is a method of breaking into a password protected computer. In this particular attack, we will have a pre-selected library of words and phrases which is where it is present in a file where all the combinations and mostly used password, everything will be present in this file, and which will be fetched to the bot. And we are targeting only a particular account or a system, so we already know the login ID of the person. We just need to guess the password of that person. So the bot goes to the first password and tries the combination. If it is correct, then it logs into the system. If not, again it takes this next password in the list and tries. This repeats until and unless the particular account or the system is logged in. Moving on to the third type of attack, that is the credential stuffing attack. To execute a credential stuffing attack, the cyber criminal or the cyber attacker adds a list of stolen usernames and passwords to a bot that automates the process of trying those credentials on a multiple sites at once. He gives it to a bot and it tries on multiple sites. Once the cyber criminal finds a site where a set of credential works, they will have access to the user account and the personal data. Prevention of password attack. The first way of prevention is by using practice password hygiene. Here, the password should be a combination of letters and digits. And next one is create unique password. Here, few people use the same password for many websites. That should be avoided. The next one is use two-factor authentication. Here, few websites will ask for two-factor authentication, then only you can log into the account. First one, they have to give the username and password. Once it is correct, then it goes to the next factor authentication, that it may be OTP, or it may send OTP through to your SMS or email ID, and there are many ways too. And the third one is enable biometric authentication. And next one is avoid public Wi-Fi, use a VPN, consider password manager. There are many password manager. If you are not a good if you constantly forget the password, use a password manager. Last one is limit password attempts. Suppose a user is trying to log into an account. On the first attempt he failed to give the correct credential. Even for the second and third he did the same thing, then he must be logged out of the account for few amount of time. And the next one is take advantage of security question. And the last one is download antivirus software. The third type of cybersecurity attack is malware attack. Any malicious program intend to harm or destroy a computer, server, client, or computer network without the knowledge of end user is considered as malware attack. Malware is created, utilized, and sold by online criminals for a variety of purpose. It is mostly used to steal personal, financial, or commercial data. Types of malware. Moving on to the first one, that is the virus. A virus is the most common type of malware attack. In order for a virus to infect a system, it requires a user to click or copy it to a media or a host. And the second one is worms. Similar to virus, a worm can also self-replicate and spread via email attachment, network connection. However, worms doesn't require host program in order to run or self-replicate. Moving on to the third type, that is Trojan. Trojan program or malware that is designed as legitimate software. It is hidden on your computer until it is called upon, and then it is activated. Once it is activated, it allows the spy to steal your sensitive data. Moving on to the last one, that is ransomware. It is a type of software designed to lock out user completely out of their system or deny access until a ransom is paid to them. How malware attack infect your PC? Malware can get into your computer in a variety of ways. The first one is when a file with malware that you get from the internet. All types of files include software, pictures, and videos can contain malicious code. The virus in these files has potential to harm your PC when you open them. The second way is malicious websites are typically way for a malware to infect your computer. Malware may automatically download and install itself on your PC without your awareness if you visit a website that is infected with it. And the third one is email attachment can be used to spread malware. When you open an email attachment that contains malware, the software might set up shop on your computer and start doing harm. Example of malware attack: Pony malware. Most commonly used malware for stealing passwords and credentials. It is sometimes referred to as Pony Stealer or Pony Loader or Fair IT. Pony malware target Windows machines and collects information about the system and the user connected to it. It can be used to download other malware or to steal credentials and send them to the command and control server. The next example of malware attack is Loki or Loki bot is an information stealing malware that targets credentials and password across approximately 80 programs, including all known browsers, email clients, remote control programs, and file sharing program. It has been used by cyber attackers since 2016 and continues to be a popular method for stealing credentials and accessing personal data. Prevention of malware attack. Keep your computer and software updated. Think twice before clicking or downloading anything. Don't trust pop-up windows that ask you to download software. Limit your file sharing. And the last one is use antivirus software such as Total AV, Avast, AVG, or Norton. Thank you.